We're going to talk about something profound today, something that might resonate deeply with you if you've ever felt like you were destined for more, but found yourself struggling, especially when it comes to money. That feeling of being a chosen one, someone who knows they're here for a higher purpose, to fulfill something greater than themselves, and yet, despite that sense of calling, you find yourself financially limited. It's a frustrating paradox, isn't it? You know you have a unique role in this world, but it feels like the resources to fully step into that role are always just out of reach. Why is that? Why do the chosen ones, the spiritually awakened, often struggle financially? The answer is complex, but is deeply tied to how we view ourselves, the world, and the energy of money. Because, let's face it, money is just energy. And like all energy, it flows. The problem is that many of us, and I include myself in this, have been conditioned to see money through a lens of scarcity. Even if we're spiritually tuned in, we're often not financially tuned in. We're not aligned with the frequency of abundance, and that's why it slips through our fingers, leaving us feeling like we're constantly in survival mode. But here's the thing, you are not meant to struggle. If you're a chosen one, you're destined to create, to inspire, to lead, to heal, but you can't do that fully if you're worried about paying your bills, or if you're constantly feeling like you have to sacrifice your well-being for your purpose. The universe didn't choose you to live in lack. It chose you to thrive, to be a beacon of abundance for others. So why aren't you thriving yet? Why does it feel like you're always one step away from financial freedom?
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Let's dive deep into this, because it's not just about money, it's about energy, it's about mindset, and it's about the stories we've been told. Many of us, as chosen ones, have inherited beliefs that money is evil, or that being spiritual means we shouldn't want wealth. But let me ask you a super deep question. Who benefits from you believing that money is evil? Who gains when you think that being financially abundant somehow makes you less spiritual? The truth is, those beliefs were designed to keep you small. They were designed to keep you limited, to keep you from stepping into your full power. So, let's break this down. If you're struggling financially, it's not because you're lazy or unworthy. It's because there's a subconscious block, a belief system that's been running in the background for years, maybe even generations. I think about it. How were you raised to think about money? Were you taught that it's hard to come by? That only certain people, lucky people, get to have it? Or maybe you were taught that people with money are greedy, and you don't want to be like them? Whatever that story is, it's time to rewrite it. Because as long as that story is running your life, you're going to stay stuck in the same cycle. But here's the good news, you have the power to change that story, right now. Not in some far-off future, but today. You can start to see money as a tool, as a form of energy that's available to you, just like anything else in the universe. You can start to align yourself with the frequency of abundance, and when you do, money will start to flow to you effortlessly. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds great in theory, but how do I actually do that? How do I manifest financial abundance fast? And that's what we're going to explore together. Because manifesting money isn't about wishing for it and hoping it shows up. It's about becoming the person who attracts it. It's about shifting your vibration, your mindset, and your actions so that you're in alignment with the energy of wealth. First, we need to talk about self-worth. This is where many chosen ones get stuck. You might feel like you're here to serve others, to heal, to give, but you've been taught that asking for money in return makes you selfish or greedy. But let me tell you something, you are worthy of abundance. You are worthy of being compensated for your gifts, your talents, your energy. And the more you step into that worthiness, the more the universe will reflect it back to you. So, how do you step into that worthiness? It starts with a simple shift in mindset. Instead of seeing money as something outside of you, something you have to chase or struggle for, start seeing it as something that's already available to you. Money is not separate from you. It's a natural part of the energy you're working with every day. It's as abundant as the air you breathe. The problem is, most of us have been taught to believe that money is scarce, that there's not enough to go around, and that we have to fight for our share. But that's not true. The universe is infinite, and so is abundance. When you start to see money as energy, you can begin to shift your relationship with it. Instead of feeling like you're at the mercy of your bank account, you start to realize that you're the one in control. You're the one who gets to decide how much abundance flows into your life. And that's where manifestation comes in. Manifestation is not magic. It's not about sitting around and waiting for the universe to drop a pile of cash in your lap. It's about alignment. It's about becoming a vibrational match to what you want. And when it comes to money, that means clearing out the old beliefs that are keeping you stuck in lack and scarcity. So, let me ask you another deep question. What do you believe about money right now? Do you believe it's hard to get? Do you believe you're not worthy of it? Do you believe it's somehow wrong to want it? Whatever your beliefs are, they're creating your reality. If you believe money is hard to come by, guess what? It will be. If you believe you're not worthy of wealth, you'll keep sabotaging yourself every time you get close to it. But here's the thing, beliefs can be changed. And when you change your beliefs, you change your reality. This is where we start to get into the deeper work of manifestation. It's not just about thinking positive thoughts or creating vision boards. Those things can help, but they're surface level. The real work is in reprogramming your subconscious mind. It's in identifying and releasing the beliefs that are keeping you stuck in financial struggle and replacing them with beliefs that align with abundance. Now, you might be wondering, how do I do that? How do I change my beliefs? And that's what we're going to dive into next. Because changing your beliefs isn't as hard as it sounds. It just requires awareness, intention, and a little bit of practice. But once you do it, once you shift those deep-rooted beliefs, you'll start to see money flow into your life in ways you never thought possible. All right, now that we've started to uncover the deeper reasons why chosen ones often struggle financially, it's time to dive into the heart of the matter, your subconscious mind. This is where the real work happens, and it's also where the real magic begins. If you want to manifest financial abundance fast, it's not enough to simply hope or wish for it. You need to get your subconscious mind on board because it's running the show. Here's the thing, your subconscious mind is like a powerful computer, but it's operating on old software beliefs, patterns, and stories that you've picked up throughout your life, many of which don't even belong to you. They might have come from your family, your culture, or society at large. And these beliefs are shaping your reality, whether you realize it or not. So, if you've been struggling financially, I can almost guarantee that there's a subconscious program running in the background that says, money is hard to get, or I'm not worthy of wealth, or even being spiritual means I should live simply and not want material things. These beliefs are like magnets, attracting more of what you already believe into your life. If you believe money is scarce, it will be. If you believe you're unworthy of abundance, you'll find ways to push it away, even if it's right in front of you. But here's the good news, you can reprogram your subconscious mind. And once you do, you'll begin to manifest financial abundance faster than you ever thought possible. It's not about forcing anything to happen, it's about aligning your subconscious mind with the energy of abundance so that money flows to you naturally, like water flowing downstream. Let me ask you a deep question. What would your life look like if you truly believed, at a subconscious level, that you were worthy of unlimited wealth? I think about that for a moment. How would you behave differently? How would you feel? What kind of opportunities would you attract? The reality is, the only thing standing between you and that version of yourself is your current belief system. So, let's talk about how to change those beliefs. The first step is awareness. You need to become aware of the stories you've been telling yourself about money. And trust me, these stories are often so ingrained that you might not even realize you're telling them. For example, whenever you think about money, do you feel anxious, stressed, or fearful? Do you catch yourself saying things like, "I can't afford that," or "I'll never have enough"? These are all clues to the limiting beliefs that are running your life. Once you've identified these beliefs, the next step is to challenge them. Ask yourself, are these beliefs true? And more importantly, do they serve you? Chances are they don't. They're just old programs that were installed in your subconscious mind a long time ago, and they're no longer relevant to the person you are today. You're evolving, you're awakening, and it's time for your beliefs to evolve with you. But here's the thing, just knowing that these beliefs are false isn't enough. You need to replace them with new beliefs that align with the reality you want to create. And this is where the real reprogramming happens. Your subconscious mind doesn't speak the language of logic, it speaks the language of emotion and repetition. So, in order to reprogram your mind for abundance, you need to embody the energy of abundance at a deep, emotional level. Let me explain how this works. Your emotions are the key to manifesting your reality. When you feel abundant, when you feel worthy, when you feel like you already have everything you desire, you're sending a powerful signal to the universe. You're telling the quantum field, "This is who I am, and this is what I attract." And the universe responds by matching your vibration with experiences, people, and opportunities that align with that energy. But here's the catch, most of us have been conditioned to feel lack and scarcity when it comes to money. We've been taught to worry about it, to stress over it, to fear not having enough. And those emotions are what keep us stuck in a cycle of financial struggle. So if you want to manifest financial abundance fast, you need to start feeling abundant now, even if your external reality hasn't caught up yet. This is where visualization and affirmations come into play. These are powerful tools for reprogramming your subconscious mind because they allow you to tap into the emotions of abundance before it physically manifests in your life. When you visualize yourself living in abundance, when you imagine what it feels like to have more than enough money, to be financially free, to live your dream life, you're creating new neural pathways in your brain. And the more you do this, the more your subconscious mind starts to believe that this is your reality. But visualization isn't just about seeing images in your mind, it's about feeling the emotions associated with those images. It's about stepping into the version of yourself who already has everything you desire and embodying that energy fully. So when you visualize, don't just see yourself with a pile of money, feel what it's like to have it. Feel the relief, the joy, the freedom that comes with financial abundance. The more you can tap into those feelings, the faster you'll manifest that reality. Another powerful tool for reprogramming your subconscious mind is affirmations. But here's the thing, affirmations only work if you truly believe them. If you're saying, "I am wealthy," but deep down you don't believe it, your subconscious mind will reject the affirmation. So, start with affirmations that feel believable to you. For example, instead of saying, "I am a millionaire," you might start with, "I am worthy of financial abundance," or "money flows to me easily and effortlessly." As you begin to believe these affirmations, you can gradually build up to more expansive statements. But there's an even deeper layer to this. Your environment also plays a huge role in shaping your subconscious mind. If you're constantly surrounded by people who are struggling financially, or if you're always in environments that reinforce scarcity, it's going to be harder to reprogram your mind for abundance. So, take a look at your surroundings. Are they aligned with the energy of abundance? And if not, what can you change? This might mean spending more time with people who inspire you, who are living the kind of life you want to live. It might mean decluttering your space or creating a vision board that reflects the abundance you're calling in. Let me ask you another deep question. What would you need to let go of in order to fully step into the energy of abundance? This might be a belief, a habit, or even a relationship that's keeping you stuck in a scarcity mindset. Whatever it is, it's time to release it. Because as long as you're holding onto that old energy, you're blocking the flow of abundance into your life. Now, here's the final piece of the puzzle: action. Manifestation isn't just about thinking and feeling, it's also about taking aligned action. Once you've reprogrammed your subconscious mind, the universe will start to send you opportunities. But you need to be ready to act on them. You need to trust that the universe is guiding you toward your financial abundance, and you need to take inspired action when those opportunities show up. And here's the thing: the opportunities might not look the way you expect. They might come in the form of a new idea, a chance encounter, or even a challenge that forces you to grow. But if you're aligned with the energy of abundance, you'll recognize these opportunities and you'll be ready to act on them. So, to sum it up, manifesting financial abundance fast requires reprogramming your subconscious mind, embodying the energy of abundance through visualization and affirmations, aligning your environment with your desires, and taking inspired action. It's not about forcing anything, it's about becoming a vibrational match to the reality you want to create and allowing it to flow to you effortlessly. Now that we've explored how to reprogram your subconscious mind for financial abundance, let's take it even deeper. It's time to talk about alignment. This is where everything comes together: your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, your actions. When you are aligned with the frequency of abundance, you become a magnet for wealth. You don't have to chase it or struggle for it. It flows to you naturally, effortlessly, because you've tuned yourself to the same vibration as money. But what does it really mean to align with the frequency of abundance? And how can we make sure we're doing that on a day-to-day basis? To put it simply, alignment is about being in harmony with the energy of what you want to attract. It's about making sure that your inner world, your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions are in sync with the external reality you desire. Let me ask you a super deep question. What are you vibrating right now? Are you vibrating at the frequency of lack and scarcity, or are you vibrating at the frequency of abundance? This is an important question because your vibration is what determines what you attract into your life. If you're constantly thinking about what you don't have, if you're feeling anxious or fearful about money, then you're vibrating at a low frequency. And that low frequency will attract more lack into your life. But if you're vibrating at a high frequency, if you're thinking abundant thoughts, feeling gratitude for what you already have, and believing that more is on its way, then you're aligning yourself with the energy of wealth. And when you're vibrating at that high frequency, the universe has no choice but to match it and bring more abundance into your life. Now, you might be wondering, how do I raise my vibration to match the frequency of abundance? The first step is to focus on how you feel. Your emotions are one of the most powerful indicators of your vibration. When you feel good, you're vibrating high. When you feel bad, your vibration is low. It's as simple as that. So, if you want to align with the frequency of abundance, you need to start paying attention to how you feel about money. Do you feel expansive and joyful when you think about it? Or do you feel tight, anxious, or fearful? If it's the latter, don't worry, you're not alone. Most of us have been trained to feel negative emotions around money. But remember, those emotions are just signals. They're telling you that your vibration is out of alignment with abundance. The good news is, you can shift your emotions and your vibration by changing your focus. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, start focusing on what you're grateful for. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrations you can tap into, and it's a direct match for abundance. When you're grateful, you're telling the universe, I already have enough, and I'm open to receiving even more. And that's exactly what the universe will give you, more to be grateful for. But here's the key. Gratitude isn't just a mental exercise. It's something you need to feel in your body. It's easy to say, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. But if you're not actually feeling it, you're not raising your vibration. So, the next time you practice gratitude, take a moment to really feel it. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the feeling of gratitude fill every cell in your body. Imagine your heart expanding with each breath, radiating gratitude out into the universe. The more you can feel it, the more you're aligning with the frequency of abundance. Now, let's talk about another powerful tool for raising your vibration, acting as if. This is one of the most effective ways to align with abundance, and it's something that a lot of chosen ones struggle with. Acting as if means embodying the energy of the reality you want to create, even before it manifests in your physical world. It means showing up as the version of yourself who is already financially abundant, even if your bank account doesn't reflect it yet. Let me ask you another super deep question. How would you act differently if you already had all the money you desire? How would you carry yourself? How would you make decisions? How would you feel? The key to acting as if is to start embodying those qualities now, in the present moment. When you do, you're telling the universe, this is who I am, and this is my reality. And the universe will respond by bringing that reality into your experience. Now, I know what you might be thinking. How can I act as if I'm wealthy when I'm struggling to make ends meet? And that's a valid question. But here's the thing. Acting as if doesn't mean pretending or living beyond your means. It means aligning your energy with the frequency of abundance, even in small, subtle ways. For example, you might not be able to buy a luxury car right now, but you can still carry yourself with confidence and self-worth, as if you already have the wealth you desire. You can start making decisions from a place of abundance, rather than fear or scarcity. Instead of thinking, I can't afford that, ask yourself, how can I afford that? This simple shift in mindset opens up new possibilities and invites the universe to provide solutions. Another way to act as if is to surround yourself with abundance. This doesn't mean spending money you don't have, it means creating an environment that reflects the energy of wealth. Declutter your space. Invest in things that make you feel good, and surround yourself with beauty, even if it's just small touches. When you create an environment that feels abundant, you're telling your subconscious mind that you're worthy of abundance, and you're signaling to the universe that you're ready to receive more. But here's an even deeper layer to this. You need to let go of attachment. This is where a lot of people get stuck. They do all the right things, they visualize, they practice gratitude, they act as if, but they're still holding on to the outcome. They're still attached to when and how the money will come, and that attachment creates resistance. Let me explain why attachment is rooted in fear. It's the fear that if you don't control the outcome, it won't happen. But here's the truth. The universe doesn't need your help to figure out how to bring you abundance. It's already working behind the scenes, orchestrating everything in perfect timing. Your job is to align with the frequency of abundance and trust that the universe will deliver it in the best possible way. So, how do you let go of attachment? It's about surrendering. It's about trusting that the universe has your back, even if you can't see the results yet. It's about knowing that you're already abundant, even if your external reality hasn't caught up. This is where faith comes in. Faith isn't just about believing in something outside of yourself, it's about believing in your own power to create the life you desire. Let me ask you one final deep question for this part. What would your life look like if you fully trusted the universe to provide for you? How much lighter would you feel? How much more peace would you experience? When you let go of attachment and trust the process, you free yourself from the anxiety and fear that come from trying to control everything. And in that space of freedom, abundance flows effortlessly. So to recap, becoming a magnet for wealth is about aligning with the frequency of abundance by raising your vibration, practicing gratitude, acting as if, and letting go of attachment. It's not about forcing anything to happen, it's about becoming a vibrational match to the wealth you desire and allowing it to flow into your life naturally. Now that we've explored how to align with the frequency of abundance and become a magnet for wealth, let's talk about the next crucial step, living in overflow. This is where abundance becomes not just something you attract, but something you sustain and share. It's where financial freedom becomes your baseline, and you use that wealth not only to elevate yourself, but to elevate others as well. Because here's the truth, abundance is not just about having more than enough for yourself, it's about becoming a conduit for abundance in the world. When you live in overflow, you're no longer operating from a mindset of scarcity. You're not worried about where the next dollar is coming from, and you're not hoarding wealth out of fear that it will disappear. Instead, you're living from a place of trust, knowing that you are always supported by the universe and that there is more than enough to go around. And from that place, you can use your wealth to make a positive impact on the world. But before we dive into how to elevate others with your wealth, let's discuss how to sustain abundance in your own life. At this point, you've already done the inner work to align with abundance, but sustaining it requires a few key practices that will keep you in flow. First, it's important to maintain a mindset of gratitude. Abundance flows where appreciation grows. Even after you've manifested financial wealth, continue to express gratitude for what you have. Don't fall into the trap of taking your abundance for granted or focusing only on what's next. When you regularly acknowledge and appreciate the wealth that's already in your life, you keep yourself in the vibration of receiving more. Along with gratitude, another critical practice is staying open to new opportunities. Abundance isn't static, it's dynamic. It flows in waves, and sometimes those waves come in unexpected forms. If you hold too tightly to one source of income or one particular way of making money, you might block other, even bigger opportunities from coming into your life. Instead, stay open. Trust that the universe will always guide you to the next best step, even if it's something you hadn't planned for. Let me ask you a super deep question. How would your life change if you fully trusted that every opportunity you needed was already on its way to you? Imagine the peace and freedom that would give you. When you live in overflow, you're not constantly chasing the next thing, you're allowing abundance to flow to you in perfect timing. And when you're in that space of trust, you're able to sustain your wealth with ease. Now, let's talk about the most beautiful part of living in overflow, elevating others with your wealth. This is where your abundance becomes a force for good in the world. As a chosen one, you're not just here to accumulate wealth for yourself, you're here to use that wealth to uplift others, to create positive change, and to inspire those around you. When you do this, you're not just living in abundance, you're multiplying it. But how do you elevate others with your wealth? It starts with a simple shift in perspective. Instead of seeing money as something that's just for you, start seeing it as a tool for collective abundance. When you share your wealth, whether it's through giving, investing in others, or creating opportunities, you're not losing anything. In fact, you're expanding the flow of abundance in your life. The more you give, the more you receive. This is the law of circulation, and it's one of the most powerful principles of abundance. Let me give you an example. Imagine you use a portion of your wealth to help someone start a business, or you invest in a community project that creates jobs and opportunities for others. Not only are you helping those individuals thrive, but you're also contributing to the collective energy of abundance. And because you're part of that collective, you'll naturally receive more abundance in return. It's a beautiful cycle of giving and receiving that benefits everyone involved. But elevating others doesn't always have to involve money. Your time, energy, and wisdom are also forms of wealth. Sometimes the most impactful thing you can give someone is your knowledge or your support. As a chosen one, you have a unique perspective and a deep well of wisdom to draw from. Sharing that wisdom with others, whether it's through mentorship, teaching, or simply offering encouragement, can create ripples of abundance that go far beyond money. Let me ask you another deep question. What's one way you could use your wealth, whether it's financial, emotional, or spiritual, to elevate someone else today? I think about how powerful that could be. When you lift others up, you're not just helping them, you're contributing to the collective elevation of humanity. And that's what living in overflow is really about. It's about recognizing that abundance is infinite and that there's more than enough for everyone. But here's the key: you can't elevate others if you're still operating from a place of lack. This is why it's so important to do the inner work of aligning with abundance first. You can't pour from an empty cup. You need to make sure that you're filled up, that you're living in overflow, so that the wealth you share comes from a place of love and generosity, not obligation or fear. And let me tell you something truly profound. The more you elevate others, the more abundance will flow into your life. This is a universal law. When you give from a place of genuine love and service, the universe rewards you tenfold. It might not always come back in the form of money. It could be opportunities, relationships, or experiences that enrich your life in ways you never expected. But rest assured, the more you give, the more you will receive. So, to wrap this up, living in overflow is about sustaining your own abundance by staying in alignment with the energy of wealth, and then using that abundance to elevate others. It's about recognizing that your wealth is not just for you, it's for the collective. And when you live from that place of overflow, you become a beacon of abundance in the world. You inspire others to step into their own power and to create their own wealth. And in doing so, you contribute to a world where abundance is the norm, not the exception. In the end, your financial abundance is not just about material wealth. It's about living in alignment with your highest self, trusting the universe to provide for you, and using your resources, whether they're financial, emotional, or spiritual, to make the world a better place. That's the true power of wealth. And as a chosen one, that's your role in the grand scheme of things. So I'll leave you with one final deep question. What legacy of abundance do you want to leave behind? I think about that and let it guide you as you continue to manifest wealth, live in overflow, and elevate those around you. Because when you do that, you're not just creating a life of financial freedom, you're creating a ripple effect of abundance that will uplift generations to come.